Sugar overload is one of the fastest ways to damage your metabolism, weaken your gut, inflame your body, and drain your energy. But the truth is this, your body already knows how to detox sugar. You simply have to activate the right natural systems. Today, we're diving into simple, science-backed methods that help your body clear sugar faster, flatten glucose spikes, restore balance, and turn on natural fat burning. These are practical steps you can use starting today to reset your metabolism and reclaim your health. The first and most important step in detoxing sugar from your body is learning how to stop the sugar flood. This is where most people fail, not because they don't have willpower, but because they don't understand how sugar behaves inside the body. Sugar is not just a sweet ingredient, it is a metabolic disruptor that floods the bloodstream quickly, overwhelms your cells, and forces your pancreas to release large amounts of insulin to bring levels back down. When this cycle repeats day after day, the body becomes less responsive to insulin, cravings increase, and inflammation rises. So the real goal is not simply to heat less sugar, but to prevent sugar from hitting your bloodstream in large waves. Once you control that, your body begins detoxing, healing, and restoring balance almost immediately. Most sugar damage comes from spikes, not from the total amount consumed. A sugary drink, a bowl of white rice, or a pastry can send your blood sugar soaring within minutes. That spike is what creates fatigue, brain fog, cravings, and fat storage, especially around the belly. To stop the flood, begin with the simplest and most powerful shift: remove liquid sugars. These include sodas, sweetened teas, fruit juices, flavored coffees, energy drinks, and even sports drinks. Liquid sugar is absorbed almost instantly, which is why it creates the sharpest spikes. The moment you eliminate these, your sugar load drops dramatically and your metabolism starts calming down. The second part of stopping the flood is learning how to choose carbohydrates that digest slowly instead of quickly. Refined carbs like white bread, white pasta, white rice, pastries, and processed snacks might not taste sweet, but the body converts them into sugar rapidly. This means they behave almost the same as eating straight sugar. When you replace these with whole grains, legumes, vegetables, and fiber-rich carbs, everything changes. Fiber slows digestion, stabilizes glucose, and keeps you full longer. You may notice that you feel more stable throughout the day. No crashes, no sudden hunger spikes, and no urge to eat something sweet for a burst of energy. Another powerful way to stop glucose spikes is to change the order in which you eat your food. Eating vegetables first, protein and healthy fats second, and carbohydrates last can reduce glucose spikes by a remarkable percentage. This happens because fiber and fat create a natural barrier in the digestive tract, slowing down the entry of sugar into the bloodstream. So a simple habit, starting your meal with a small salad or a handful of leafy greens, can make a dramatic difference in how your body handles sugar. Healthy fats also play a significant role in preventing the sugar flood. Foods such as avocados, nuts, seeds, olives, and extra virgin olive oil slow down the rate at which sugar enters your bloodstream. When you pair healthy fats with your meals, you naturally flatten glucose curves and help your liver and pancreas work more smoothly. People who make this one change often notice that their afternoon energy crashes disappear. Another key tool is protein, which acts like an anchor in your meals. Eating protein with carbohydrates significantly reduces the speed of glucose absorption. Eggs, fish, chicken, tofu, beans, and lentils help keep blood sugar stable for hours. The result is steady energy, improved concentration, and far fewer cravings for something sweet later. Your morning routine is also essential in controlling the sugar flood. If the first thing you put into your body is high in sugar, sweet cereals, flavored yogurts, pastries, pancakes, or sweetened coffee, you create a spike that sets the tone for the entire day. Beginning with protein, healthy fats, and fiber resets your hormonal response, keeps insulin steady, and prevents the sugar crash that usually appears mid-morning. A savory breakfast is one of the most effective sugar-stabilizing habits you can form. Hydration plays a surprisingly important role as well. The body needs water to move glucose out of the bloodstream and into the cells. When you're dehydrated, blood sugar rises because the concentration becomes stronger. Drinking water consistently throughout the day helps your kidneys filter excess sugar and supports the detox process. One more often overlooked strategy is pairing carbs with movement. Even a short walk after eating, or simple movements like marching in place, squats, or climbing stairs can significantly lower post-meal glucose spikes. This doesn't replace dietary changes, but it enhances them by activating your muscles to pull sugar out of the bloodstream quickly. Stopping the sugar flood is not about deprivation, it is about understanding how your body works and giving it the right environment to function properly. When you stabilize sugar at the source, your meals and habits, your body responds immediately. Your metabolism becomes more efficient, your cravings diminish, your energy rises, and your natural detox pathways turn back on. In just a few days, many people notice clearer thinking, calmer digestion, flatter stomachs, and better mood. One of the fastest and most powerful ways to clear sugar from your bloodstream is by activating your muscles. Most people think sugar detox is only about what you eat. But the truth is that your muscles are your largest, most efficient sugar clearing organ, and when you turn them on, even for just a few minutes, you begin lowering blood sugar immediately. This process is simple, natural, and backed by how your biology is designed to work. You don't need a gym, special equipment, or intense workouts. All you need is movement that signals your muscles to open their doors and pull sugar from the bloodstream. Here's how it works. Your muscle cells contain microscopic sugar transporters called GL24. Think of them as tiny vacuum cleaners waiting inside your cells. When they're activated, they move to the surface of the cell and begin pulling sugar out of your blood so your muscles can use it as fuel. Normally, insulin helps bring GL24 to the cell surface, but what's fascinating and extremely useful is that muscle contraction activates GLT4 even without insulin. That means you can clear sugar with movement even if your insulin response is weak, slow, or overwhelmed. Now imagine what happens if you exercise every day, even lightly. Your muscles become more sensitive to insulin, they store more glucose, and your blood sugar remains stable. But here's the real breakthrough: you don't need a long workout. Studies show that 2 to 5 minutes of simple movement after meals can lower glucose spikes dramatically. This is because your muscles are like a sponge. Once activated, they soak up sugar stored in your blood. Movement does not have to be complicated. A slow walk after eating, a quick set of squats, marching in place, or even using the stairs engages large muscle groups in your legs and hips. These muscles are sugar clearing machines. When they contract, they send an immediate message to the body. Fuel needed now, and the bloodstream responds by delivering glucose to the muscles instead of leaving it circulating and causing damage. Most people underestimate how powerful walking is for sugar metabolism. A 10-minute walk after a meal can cut your glucose spike in half. Even standing instead of sitting helps because your muscles remain semi-active. When you sit for long periods, your sugar transport shuts down, your metabolism slows, and blood sugar rises. But when you simply move, even gently, you flip the switch back on. Another important part of activating muscle sugar clearing is spreading your movement throughout the day. Many people exercise in the morning, then sit for 8 hours straight. The issue is that sugar spikes happen after meals, not randomly. When you time your movement immediately after eating, that's when you experience the biggest metabolic benefits. It's not about burning calories, it's about signaling your muscles to pull sugar from your blood exactly when it matters most. Strength training also plays a major role. When you build muscle, even a small amount, you increase your body's sugar storage capacity. Muscle tissue is metabolically active, meaning it burns energy even at rest. The more muscle you have, the more sugar your body can store safely without harming your blood vessels, nerves, and organs. You don't need to become a bodybuilder. Every bit of muscle you add supports stable blood sugar. Simple bodyweight exercises like squats, wall sits, lunges, or push-ups create large contractions in your muscles and activate sugar-clearing pathways instantly. Even resistance bands can have a big impact. What matters is consistency, not intensity. If you can commit to short bursts of movement after eating, your metabolism will improve faster than you expect. There's also a powerful connection between muscle activity and reducing cravings. When your glucose levels remain stable due to post-meal movement, your brain stops demanding quick sugar hits for energy. Your appetite becomes more balanced, your mood steadier, and your energy more predictable throughout the day. Many people find that once they start activating muscle sugar clearing regularly, their desire for sweets declines naturally. Another overlooked benefit is that muscle activation reduces insulin resistance. When your muscles regularly pull sugar out of your blood, your pancreas doesn't need to release as much insulin. Over time, lower insulin levels help your body burn fat more effectively and prevent fat storage, especially around the belly. This is why people often see weight changes when they adopt simple movement habits without even altering their food. Activating your muscles is one of the fastest sugar detox methods available because it works in real time. While dietary changes may take days to show effects, movement begins clearing sugar within minutes. And the more consistent you are, the longer lasting the benefits become. The key is to make movement a natural rhythm of your day. After breakfast, lunch, and dinner, simply move, walk, stretch, do a few squats, march in place, climb the stairs. These small actions accumulate into major metabolic improvements. Your muscles are waiting to help you. Once you wake them up, they become your strongest ally in detoxing sugar, flattening glucose spikes, and restoring your energy and metabolic health. Using specific foods each day to detox sugar is one of the most powerful natural strategies to restore metabolic balance. Food is not just fuel, it's information. What you put on your plate sends chemical instructions to your body, instructions that can either raise blood sugar and trigger inflammation or lower glucose, improve insulin sensitivity, and help your cells clear sugar quickly. The right foods act like natural medicines, slowing the entry of sugar into the bloodstream, feeding the microbiome, and calming the metabolic chaos caused by glucose overload. When you use sugar detox foods daily, you begin shifting how your body handles sugar at the deepest cellular level. One of the most effective sugar detox foods is green tea. It is rich in catechins, plant compounds that lower blood sugar, block glucose absorption in the intestines, and enhance fat oxidation. Drinking green tea between meals or with meals helps flatten glucose spikes. Even having 1 or 2 cups a day gives your metabolism a noticeable advantage. The warmth also calms the nervous system, reducing emotional cravings for sweets. Another powerful food is cinnamon, a spice that behaves almost like a mild, natural insulin support. Just a half teaspoon added to oatmeal, yogurt, smoothies, or tea improves how your cells respond to insulin and slows the speed at which your stomach releases food into the small intestine. This slow release is essential for preventing sudden sugar surges. Cinnamon also enhances flavor without adding any sugar, making it easier to enjoy meals without sweeteners. Leafy green vegetables are cornerstones of a daily sugar detox strategy. Spinach, kale, arugula, Swiss chard, and watercress are low in calories but loaded with fiber, minerals, and antioxidants. Magnesium, in particular, plays a crucial role in improving insulin sensitivity and controlling blood sugar. When you start your meal with a handful of greens, you not only reduce glucose spikes but also create a natural buffer that prevents sugar from overwhelming your system. The fiber in leafy greens feeds beneficial gut bacteria, which further supports stable glucose levels and reduces cravings. Berries, blueberries, strawberries, blackberries, and raspberries are another sugar detox superfood. They contain polyphenols that slow the breakdown and absorption of carbohydrates. Unlike most fruits, berries have a low glycemic impact, meaning they do not cause dramatic sugar spikes. Their antioxidants also help reduce inflammation caused by high glucose and support cellular repair. When eaten with meals, berries help regulate the post-meal glucose response, making them a delicious and protective addition to your diet. Healthy fats like avocados, nuts, and seeds are essential for sugar detox because they slow digestion and stabilize blood sugar. When you pair healthy fats with carbohydrates, you prevent rapid sugar absorption. Avocados contain monounsaturated fats and fiber, both of which help moderate glucose levels. Nuts such as almonds, walnuts, pistachios, and cashews provide protein, healthy fats, and antioxidants that reduce inflammation. Even a small handful of nuts before a meal can significantly reduce glucose spikes. Another everyday food that works remarkably well is vinegar, especially apple cider vinegar. Just 1 tablespoon diluted in water before meals can reduce blood sugar spikes by up to 30%. Vinegar slows gastric emptying, improves insulin sensitivity, and helps muscles absorb glucose more efficiently. It is simple, affordable, and effective, making it one of the easiest tools to incorporate into daily routines. Beans and legumes also play an important role in daily sugar detox. Lentils, chickpeas, black beans, and kidney beans provide a powerful combination of fiber, protein, and resistant starch. Resistant starch passes through the digestive system without causing a big glucose rise while feeding beneficial bacteria in the colon. Regular consumption of legumes not only stabilizes blood sugar during that meal, but continues to improve glucose control hours later, a phenomenon known as the second meal effect. Fermented foods such as yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, and kimchi help regulate sugar by strengthening the microbiome. When your gut bacteria are balanced, your body handles glucose more efficiently. A healthy gut reduces inflammation, improves digestion, and signals your brain that you are satisfied, lowering the urge to reach for sugary foods. Even dark chocolate with a high cocoa content at 70% or above can aid sugar detox. Cocoa contains flavonols that support blood vessel health, improve insulin sensitivity, and offer antioxidant protection. A small piece can satisfy sweet cravings while offering real metabolic benefits. Using these foods daily transforms how your body processes sugar. They help lower glucose spikes, stabilize energy, improve insulin sensitivity, and reduce inflammation. Over time, your cravings become less intense, your energy more consistent, and your metabolism more efficient. By building your meals around natural sugar detox foods, you give your body the tools it needs to maintain balance and stay in a state of metabolic strength every single day. Strengthening the gut microbiome is one of the most important steps in detoxing sugar because your gut acts as the command center for metabolism, immunity, mood, cravings, and inflammation. When the gut is balanced and diverse, sugar is processed more efficiently, glucose spikes are reduced, and cravings for sweets naturally decline. But when the microbiome is damaged by excess sugar, processed foods, stress, and low fiber intake, harmful bacteria grow and create a cycle of inflammation, hunger, and unstable blood sugar. Rebuilding the microbiome is therefore essential not only for sugar detox but for long-term metabolic health. The gut is home to trillions of microorganisms, bacteria, fungi, and beneficial microbes that work together like a biological team. These microbes help break down food, regulate nutrient absorption, produce key vitamins, and communicate with your brain through the gut-brain axis. They also help control blood sugar by influencing how quickly food moves through the digestive system and how efficiently the body uses glucose. When your gut is healthy, sugar detox becomes much easier because beneficial bacteria help regulate your appetite, reduce cravings, and stabilize your blood sugar after meals. One of the fastest ways to strengthen your microbiome is by eating fermented foods. Foods like yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi, miso, and tempeh introduce beneficial bacteria into your system. These living cultures help restore balance by outcompeting harmful bacteria that thrive on sugar. Consuming fermented foods daily provides your gut with new colonies of microbes that support digestion and enhance insulin sensitivity. Even a few spoonfuls of sauerkraut or a small glass of kefir can have a meaningful impact on your gut environment. Another essential part of strengthening the microbiome is consuming probiotic foods, which are the fibers that feed beneficial bacteria. Prebiotics act as fuel for your gut microbes, helping them grow and thrive. Foods rich in prebiotics include garlic, onions, leeks, asparagus, bananas, apples, and legumes. When you feed your beneficial bacteria consistently, they produce short-chain fatty acids like butyrate, which help reduce inflammation, improve blood sugar control, and strengthen the gut lining. A healthier gut lining means less leakage of toxins into the bloodstream, reducing the inflammation triggered by sugar. Fiber is another foundational tool for a strong microbiome. Most people consume far too little fiber, leaving their gut bacteria starved. Fiber from vegetables, whole grains, fruits, nuts, seeds, and legumes feeds your microbiome, increases stool bulk, and slows glucose absorption. This slow absorption helps flatten sugar spikes and gives your gut microbes time to break down carbohydrates. In other words, fiber acts as nature's sugar stabilizer. When you build meals around fiber-rich foods, you protect your gut from sugar overload. Polyphenols, plant compounds found in foods like berries, green tea, dark chocolate, spices, and extra virgin olive oil, also play a major role in supporting the microbiome. These compounds, like fertilizer for beneficial bacteria, helping them multiply and fight off harmful microbes. Polyphenols have antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties, helping calm the gut environment and reduce the inflammation caused by excess sugar. Drinking green tea or adding berries to your meals is an easy way to increase polyphenols daily. Hydration is another key factor in gut health. Water supports digestion, helps move fiber through the intestines, and allows beneficial bacteria to function properly. Dehydration can slow digestion, increase bloating, and raise blood sugar levels. Drinking water consistently throughout the day keeps the digestive system smooth and supports detoxification. Reducing artificial sweeteners is another critical part of strengthening the microbiome. Although they contain no calories, many artificial sweeteners negatively affect gut bacteria by reducing microbial diversity and promoting harmful strains. This can lead to increased cravings, poor glucose control, and a slower sugar detox response. Replacing artificial sweeteners with natural options like stevia or simply reducing sweetness overall will help your microbiome recover. Sleep also plays a surprising role in the gut. Poor sleep disrupts the balance of the microbiome and raises cortisol levels, a stress hormone that increases sugar cravings and destabilizes blood sugar. Prioritizing deep, restorative sleep allows your gut bacteria to regenerate and supports metabolic stability. Stress management is equally important. Chronic stress disrupts the gut barrier, increases inflammation, and alters microbial balance. Practices like deep breathing, walking, meditation, or simply slowing down your eating can help calm the nervous system and support the microbiome. Strengthening the gut microbiome is not a one-time strategy. It's a daily practice that shapes your long-term metabolic health. When your gut is strong, you digest better, absorb nutrients more efficiently, and handle sugar with far more stability. You feel fuller longer, sugar cravings diminish, your energy becomes steady, and inflammation drops. By feeding your microbiome the right foods, fermented foods, prebiotics, fiber, and polyphenols, you create a resilient foundation that supports a natural, consistent sugar detox. Your gut becomes a partner in maintaining balance, helping your body process sugar smoothly and keeping your metabolism in a state of steady, sustained health. Switching on fat burning mode is one of the most natural ways your body detoxes sugar because once glucose levels drop, your metabolism automatically shifts to burning stored fat for energy. This isn't a trick, a diet trend, or a harsh restriction. It's a biological design. Your body has two primary fuel systems, sugar and fat. Most people stay stuck in sugar burning mode because they eat frequently, snack all day, consume sugary foods, and live with chronic stress. As a result, their insulin levels remain elevated. And when insulin is high, the body cannot access fat stores. But once you understand how to lower insulin and encourage your body to turn inward for energy, you unlock one of the fastest metabolic resets available. The first and most accessible way to switch on fat burning mode is overnight fasting, typically 12 to 14 hours between dinner and the next day's breakfast. This window gives your body time to burn through circulating glucose, lower insulin levels, and begin using stored fat as fuel. You're not starving yourself, you're simply allowing your metabolism to rest and reset. When you sleep, your body repairs, detoxes, and rebalances hormones. Extending that natural fast just a little longer helps your body tap into fat, burning in a steady, gentle way. Many people notice clearer thinking, improved digestion, and better energy once they adopt this routine. Another powerful piece of switching on fat burning mode is hydration. Water is essential for metabolic reactions, including breaking down stored fat. When you're dehydrated, your body slows its metabolism, concentrates sugar in your bloodstream, and holds on to fat more aggressively. Drinking water consistently supports the liver, your body's fat processing organ, and helps flush out the byproducts of fat breakdown. Adding electrolytes from natural sources like lemon, cucumber, or mineral-rich salts can further support metabolic efficiency. A crucial part of activating fat burning mode is stabilizing blood sugar throughout the day. When your blood sugar is stable, insulin stays low, and the body becomes more comfortable shifting into fat burning. One simple strategy is to build meals that combine protein, fiber, and healthy fats while reducing refined carbohydrates. This combination keeps you full, slows digestion, and prevents sugar spikes that shut down fat burning for hours. Meals rich in vegetables, legumes, nuts, seeds, avocados, eggs, and fish provide the nutrients your metabolism needs to stay balanced and active. Movement also plays a powerful role in switching on fat burning. While sugar burning happens during quick bursts of energy, fat burning thrives during steady, moderate movement, especially walking. A brisk walk before or after meals helps lower blood sugar, reduce insulin, and encourage your body to use stored fat as fuel. Strength training is another essential tool. Building even a small amount of muscle increases your resting metabolic rate, meaning your body burns more energy even when you're not exercising. Muscle tissue is metabolically hungry. It requires fuel throughout the day, and much of that fuel comes from stored fat. Reducing stress is another overlooked but essential part of activating fat burning mode. When stress levels rise, the body releases cortisol, a hormone that raises blood sugar and increases cravings. Chronically elevated cortisol keeps your body locked in sugar burning mode because your system believes it needs fast energy to handle stress. Simple daily stress management practices, deep breathing, stretching, walking outdoors, or even a few quiet minutes help bring cortisol down, making it easier for your metabolism to switch gears. Sleep also determines whether your body burns sugar or fat. Poor sleep raises hunger hormones, disrupts the microbiome, and increases insulin resistance. Inadequate rest drives cravings for quick sugar energy the next day and slows the fat burning process dramatically. Prioritizing consistent, High-quality sleep allows your metabolism to function smoothly, especially in the early morning hours when fat burning naturally increases. Certain foods also support fat burning at the cellular level. Green tea, for example, contains catechins that boost fat oxidation. Vinegar taken before meals helps stabilize blood sugar, reducing the need for insulin and encouraging fat burning after eating. High-fiber vegetables and low-glycemic fruits like berries keep glucose steady and insulin low. Spices such as cinnamon, turmeric, and ginger reduce inflammation and support metabolic efficiency. Switching on fat burning mode isn't about extreme dieting or eliminating all carbohydrates. It's about lowering insulin, stabilizing blood sugar, and using the body's natural rhythms to your advantage. When you reduce sugar spikes, improve hydration, move regularly, sleep deeply, and nourish your body with whole foods, fat burning becomes your default setting, not something you have to chase. The transformation that follows goes far beyond weight. You experience steadier energy, reduced cravings, sharper mental clarity, improved hormonal balance, healthier digestion, and a calmer mood. Your metabolism becomes flexible again, able to use sugar when it's available but easily switch to fat when needed. This metabolic flexibility is the foundation of resilience and longevity. It gives your body the freedom to detox sugar naturally, stay balanced, and maintain long-term health without feeling deprived or restricted. Lowering sugar-driven inflammation is one of the most important steps in restoring health and metabolic balance. Sugar doesn't just provide excess calories, it triggers a cascade of inflammatory responses in the body that affect every system, from blood vessels and nerves to the gut and brain. When sugar levels spike repeatedly, the immune system reacts as though there is a threat, releasing inflammatory molecules to protect the body. While this response is designed to be temporary, chronic overconsumption of sugar keeps the body in a constant state of low-grade inflammation. Over time, this leads to insulin resistance, fat accumulation, digestive issues, and an increased risk of chronic diseases. Reducing sugar-driven inflammation is therefore not only about sugar detox, but about protecting the body from long-term damage. One of the most effective ways to combat sugar-related inflammation is through anti-inflammatory foods. Certain plants contain compounds that calm the immune system and prevent cellular damage caused by glucose surges. For example, turmeric contains curcumin, a powerful anti-inflammatory molecule that reduces inflammation in blood vessels, supports liver function, and improves insulin sensitivity. Adding turmeric to meals or drinks on a daily basis provides ongoing protection against sugar-induced metabolic stress. Black pepper enhances the absorption of curcumin, making it even more effective. Tomatoes and tomato-based foods are another valuable ally. They are rich in lycopene, an antioxidant that protects blood vessels and reduces inflammatory markers. Lycopene also supports heart health, which is particularly important when sugar spikes cause oxidative stress in the cardiovascular system. Including cooked tomatoes in meals increases the bioavailability of lycopene, amplifying its protective benefits. Leafy greens such as spinach, kale, and watercress are anti-inflammatory powerhouses. They provide magnesium, fiber, and polyphenols, all of which support the body's natural defenses against sugar-induced inflammation. Fiber slows glucose absorption, while polyphenols calm inflammatory pathways at the cellular level. Regular consumption of greens reduces both oxidative stress and chronic inflammation, allowing your metabolism to function more efficiently and sugar detox pathways to work optimally. Mushrooms, particularly varieties like shiitake, maitake, and reishi, contain compounds that modulate the immune system and reduce inflammatory responses. These mushrooms help lower oxidative stress and improve insulin sensitivity, making them ideal for stabilizing blood sugar and supporting fat metabolism. Incorporating mushrooms into meals daily or several times per week strengthens the body's ability to respond appropriately to sugar without triggering harmful inflammation. Omega-3 rich foods such as fatty fish, flax seeds, and chia seeds are essential for lowering sugar-driven inflammation. Omega-3 fatty acids help balance the ratio of pro-inflammatory to anti-inflammatory molecules in the body. They reduce the production of inflammatory cytokines, improve blood vessel flexibility, and support overall metabolic health. Eating omega-3 rich foods regularly can counteract some of the inflammatory effects of occasional sugar intake and help maintain metabolic balance. Spices like ginger, garlic, and cinnamon also contribute significantly to lowering inflammation. Ginger contains bioactive compounds that inhibit inflammatory enzymes, While garlic supports gut health and immune regulation, cinnamon, in addition to stabilizing blood sugar, reduces markers of inflammation associated with high glucose levels. Including these spices in daily meals enhances flavor while actively supporting metabolic and cellular health. Reducing sugar intake itself is, of course, critical. The more sugar you consume, the more frequently your body experiences inflammatory surges. By cutting back on refined sugar, sweetened beverages, and highly processed snacks, you immediately reduce the triggers that provoke inflammation. Pairing this reduction with anti-inflammatory foods amplifies the benefit, allowing the body to repair and reset. Hydration also plays a subtle but important role. Water supports kidney and liver function, both of which are essential for flushing out inflammatory byproducts of sugar metabolism. Proper hydration also helps the body maintain a balanced pH, which indirectly supports anti-inflammatory pathways and improves enzymatic activity related to glucose metabolism. Sleep and stress management are equally important. Poor sleep and chronic stress increase cortisol, which in turn exacerbates inflammatory responses and worsens insulin resistance. By prioritizing restful sleep and incorporating stress-reducing practices such as meditation, deep breathing, or gentle movement, the body can better regulate inflammation and respond appropriately to sugar intake. Lowering sugar-driven inflammation is not just about preventing disease. It also improves energy, mental clarity, and overall well-being. When inflammation decreases, blood sugar stabilizes, digestion improves, and the body becomes more efficient at detoxing sugar naturally. Chronic low-grade inflammation diminishes, cravings reduce, and the immune system functions more effectively. Over time, the combined effect of anti-inflammatory foods, proper hydration, stress management, and controlled sugar intake supports long-term metabolic resilience and health. By intentionally choosing foods and lifestyle habits that combat sugar-induced inflammation, you create a foundation for sustained energy, better digestion, stable blood sugar, and protection against the chronic diseases associated with excess sugar.